Really good fucking question. Damn, dude. I haven't had to think about this in a while. So for me, like, knowing when I'm ready to release a song, it's all a big process. Because I used to fuck up royally with releases. I used to be like crappy on the business end and the marketing end of being an artist. Great artists sucked at releasing music and being consistent and things like that. So I had to learn from that mistake. And one thing I learned was patience is key. Because with patience, it gives you more time to have hindsight, which is always 2020. So it gives me time to actually look back on the track, figure out exactly what it is that I want it to become and what I got to do to get it there. So that's the first thing that comes as, like, that's number one factor as far as me when it comes to releasing a song and knowing exactly when it's ready to be released, when that mix is done, when the vocals are dropped, everything. That's the first thing that comes into play is exactly how long is it going to take and being patient enough to go that whole time. Because most people be like, oh, I want to release a mixtape in February. Start pulling up on December, January, and they start rushing shit. Can't rush it. Take your time. If it's going to take longer than February, then it's supposed to take longer than February. You got to be patient enough to make sure that you're actually getting out the vision that you had. So that's the first thing. Secondly, it's getting the actual mix to be right. Because it can be what I'm envisioning, but if that mix ain't right, no one's gonna like it. No one's gonna like it, no one's gonna buy it. So then I gotta make sure I'm getting the right people to mix it, because I'm a good engineer myself, but I'm self-taught. I'm not even that versed in music theory. I'm still teaching myself music theory and stuff. And there's just people like Tycee or Adi who I could take it to and they can bibbity boppity boop that bit. And then that song is a hit. So the first thing is making sure that I'm actually being patient enough to get the vision out. And the second one is getting the right mix on it. And then after that, it's really just, when do I want to drop it? If I didn't already have a preset date, I can just drop it right there when it's done. I can drop it tomorrow. I can drop it next year. What do I want to do with it? Did I want this to be a single for the summertime? Did I want this to be a melodic song for people to listen to in the winter when they all alone because they ain't getting nobody for boo season? Like, what am I going to do with it? That becomes the third factor, and honestly the last factor too, is just where am I going to market this to? And then follow through. Finish it, wrap it up, you got yourself a hit, kid. So that's really how I think of it. That's my process on figuring out when a song is ready to be released and then when to actually release it.